Welcome. My name is Adam Montgomery, and I'm the Director of Programs for the Texas Council on Economic Education. In this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate to the website and show you how to register for an account. So if you just go to martPath.online, it will take you to the University of Cincinnati's Economics Center. Here, Julie Heath, our colleague, actually created SmartPath, so that's why it's housed here. We partnered with her and the Texas Bankers Association to map SmartPath to the Texas TEKS. And so up here in the upper right corner, you will see where it says sign in. Right under there, there's a create an account button. And as you walk through this, it just asks you some basic information, first, last name, email, passwords, and you can use any email address you want, personal or school. If your school email blocks emails, I might recommend using your personal, but it's really up to you, whatever you want to use. And as you come down, state, school district, and school name. These are really important for us because if you want a Texas tailored website, you need to make sure that you're picking a school within the state of Texas, or else you may have yours tailored to a different state. And then there's a few other questions, and you'll come down and create a new account. Once you get your login information, you can then click the launch portal and use that to sign in from there. Welcome back, teachers, to our videos introducing SmartPath. I am following up on the video that introduced you to the website, how to navigate there, and how to create an account. So now that we have login information, we're going to click the launch portal, and we are going to use that information to log into our accounts. Once you get to the home screen, you will notice the Texas Council on Economic Education logo and the Texas Bankers Association logos. These will ensure that you are into a Texas tailored account, and that's crucial because down here you notice the Texas TEKS are presented to you. And so you will want to make sure that your website is tailored for those. First thing to notice is when you log in, it's going to bring you to grade level 1. If you click this little drop down, you see grade level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are pretty self-explanatory. And then it just is grade level 7 and 8 respectively after that. In every single grade level, up here in the upper right corner, they're going to give you a summary of what is covered in the lessons. And so we did say this is a story-based learning with animated characters. So every story for each grade level is different, and the animated characters are a little different. These do not chain grade level to grade level, so you don't need grade level 1 to do all the other grade levels. Every once in a while, you will notice that some of the old characters pop up, but this isn't to a point where you won't understand what's going on or anything of that nature. Also, for each grade level, as I was pointing out earlier, we have TEKS for you. So in grade level 1, for mathematics, TEK 1, 3, 4, 9, and subsections of each of those are identified as TEKS covered. For social studies, we have number 8 and 9 and subsections under those. And then we have English language arts, and we have 5 and 6 for that. And if you notice, as I change through the grade levels, we have the same setup for every single grade level. Welcome back, teachers, to our videos introducing SmartPath. In the previous video, I showed you how to use the information you got from registering to get into the SmartPath portal. I also showed you that the overview page is the same setup for all the grade levels, giving you a summary of what goes on, and then the TEKS for math, social studies, and language arts. So next in this video, I want to show you how to get into the pre-assessment as well as the post-assessment, because conducting the tests are the same for pre and post-testing. So I'm just going to show you how to do a pre-assessment, but that will also be your reference for post-assessments. So there's two ways to get started. You can click the pre-assessment button that's over here, or you can click the to pre-assessment if you're on the overview page. So I'm going to click that. Now we want teachers to scroll down and fill in this teacher pre-assessment and then hit submit. The reason for that is because once you start the pre-assessment, it locks in your scores, and so we want accurate information on those. I'm going to show you the technology version, so you can either enter the pre-assessment here or up here in the corner. And when it pops up, it's going to give you a preview of all the questions, so you can just click through them. Notice over here that the curriculum mapping is provided for every question. Once you get done previewing, you can hit the Start Student Pre-Assessment. And up here, they provide you a spot for the class name. This is so that if you want to compare your results year to year, class period to class period, all the information will be stored. So when you put this class name in here, make sure that you put it so that you'll know for future reference which class that actually is. So for my purposes, I'm just going to put period 1 and click the green check mark box. Now the way the students will get into the test, we don't want them to have to create an account for martPath and all of that. They're just going to use this specific URL down here. And this URL is good as long as you don't press end test. As soon as you press end test, this URL will go away, and next time you get in there, it'll generate a new URL. But if you don't press end test, you can close the tab and go to your Google Classroom or your Canvas or your Blackboard and just paste the link to the test, and students can click on it and get into it that way. You can complete the test in class and then press end test, and then the URL is no longer valid and they can't get into it, and you'll have your results there for you. Okay. Now, when students start getting into the test, their names are going to start populating here, and bubbles are going to come up, and as they populate up, they're all going to be incomplete. The current question they're on will show a light blue color, and then if they get them correct, they go green. If they get them incorrect, they go red. We don't recommend that you have this up while students are actually taking the test so that they can see it, but we provide it for you so that as they're taking it, you can kind of see where they're at in the test. Maybe if a student's taking a little long on one, or if multiple students are taking a while on one, you'll have that data live feed for you. And then when you press end test, you'll have the actual results like any other test. So I'm going to show you end test. And we provide their certificates for you and a results spreadsheet, and that is how you conduct the test. If you want to go back, if you click this return to review and assessments, it's going to take you to the post-assessment, but the next thing that we'll go over is actually the lessons, so you won't go straight from pre-assessment to post-assessment. That's just where it takes you when you get back out of there, okay? All right, teachers, welcome back to our videos introducing martPath. In the previous video, I talked all about the pre-assessment and the post-assessment. So if you need a review on those, go ahead and watch the previous video. In this video, I want to talk about the lessons. So if you click over here at lesson 1, you can see lesson 2 and 3 have a similar outline. And so we provide you with the concept, the learning objectives for that lesson, a materials checklist, and then a lesson overview. And so if you notice here on lesson 3, there's actually materials that you need. So you'll need this PDF, so you can click view here and print that, and then you'll also need scissors for that one. Let's go back to lesson 1. Here in the lesson overview, this kind of gives you the game plan for the lesson, and you can print this PDF over here and have it with you. And the reason you might want to do that is we provide talking points. So you're going to watch the first video. It introduces the characters, the storyline, and then it'll pause for discussion, and these are the talking points you can use in that discussion. And then it'll have an interactive with some drag and drops, and then another interactive with some drag and drops, and then it'll use a review of the lesson video, and then some more talking points. So once we get here, I'm going to enter the lesson just to show you kind of how this works. If you hit the space bar, the lesson will start, and there'll be a video, And I'm going to skip to the end.
Goods or services you've used today?
And at the end, if the next thing on the outline is a discussion, it pauses for the discussion. And in this particular discussion, it actually provides the question for you. Not all of them do that, but on your little outline, you'll have the talking points that you need. And that video, if we were to have watched it all, will actually talk you straight into, or walk you straight into these talking points that we have provided for you. Once you get done, you can either move the mouse, press the space bar, whatever you need to do, and it'll start playing. And this is actually the interactive. And so it pulls up your goods and services. And at the end of this, it will ask you to actually sort them.
Which one is a good? Which is a service?
Okay. And so good, service, and you can do this in your class by you drag and drop, have the students come up and drag and drop, or we even have some schools that have the boards where you can actually click and do some drag and drops yourself. I'm going to go ahead and exit the video, but you can conduct lessons 2 and 3 in a similar manner. All right, teachers, welcome back to our videos introducing SmartPath, and I have some good news for you. This is the last video you have to listen to me say that for. So, with that being said, in the previous video, I showed you all about the lessons, how they're laid out, how to walk through them, and how to use the overview to help get you through the lessons. And so in this video, I want to talk about homework. And if you notice over here on the pane, homework is the last one on the list, but we don't intend for it to be the last thing that you do. We created the homework to give you a good wrap up and review of all 3 of the lessons. And so it can be done in class as an assignment, or it can be done for homework. The reason we say for homework, we've done something a little unique. We've created, if you see down here, some extra videos, and they're just story extenders. They tie the homework in to the lesson, but they're not needed to do the homework. We just have found that the students love these stories and they wanted us to keep them going and extend them. So we provided some little extension videos for that. And if you noticed when we were registering, I said students will never have an account. Well, to get access to these videos for home or at their home, we got this app called Zapper. And so the students will download the app, they'll scan this little barcode right here, and then they'll have access to those videos. Now, they don't need them to do the homework, so don't fret if they don't have access to the technology or you're worried that they may not have internet at home. You can always play the videos in class, or you can just skip the videos that, like I said, they're not needed. Now, to print this PDF, you can print it from this button here, or up here where it normally says enter lesson or enter the assessments. We just made this a print, the handout, because it's mainly what's in here is the handout. And so you can do it for homework in class, however you feel it would be best with your students. Some like to do it right before they do the post-assessment. It's just however you feel it would be beneficial for your students. With that being said, that is the end of SmartPath videos. If I haven't covered something that you still have a question about, or you want to reach out with some more concerns or ideas, anything, just use the information I'm going to provide to you at the end of this video, and I look forward to working with you.